Hi, it's Phil Simon, and I wanted to unearth my latest creation, the Simple Service Provider Evaluation Tool. And I set this up so that if you are looking to hire an independent contractor or another service provider, then you have the ability to track this all in Notion. And it's a two database system with a link between the two databases. So it starts off with basically a role. You've got a need for, it could be a ghostwriter, it could be really anyone, but right now I've set up here a role for ghostwriter and a description. I need someone to help me write my book. And then I've set up here different factors for experience, high, medium, or low. You can customize these. References, same thing, availability and cost. And then the magic happens because I assign a value to these when you select them, and then it's automatically going to calculate a score. And that happens when you start to evaluate service providers. And right here, I've set up three from my favorite show, Breaking Bad. Aaron Paul, he's a potential ghostwriter. I'm going to open up here. I've got a picture. I've rated him after an interview, experience, market rate, references, availability. I can enter any notes here. You know how these work. So if I go back here to Notion, I've got three candidates here. I might as well put in a count. Simple enough to do. And there's also an evaluation form, so you can set this up and anyone can evaluate them. If someone's not that familiar with Notion, if they can fill out a web form, again, I could share this with anyone and then they could just enter it over the phone or browser or tablet or whatever. There's also a gallery view here, so I can see here that I've rated Skylar, Aaron, and Walter White according to the criteria. And then I've also set up a chart here for evaluations here. It looks like Skylar is in the lead for this position. And this is all based on the ghostwriter position from SPO1. If you wanted to add a new role, you would just create a new one because your experience requirements or your availability requirements may vary. So applying a one-size-fits-all approach to this just doesn't make sense. But it is very important here if you are evaluating people in our friend SPO2, wait for it, that we are comparing apples to apples. If I'm putting Aaron in for a different role other than ghostwriter, then perhaps his references wouldn't make as much sense for a ghostwriter as it would for a salesperson or something like that. So this is totally customizable. If you go under the hood here, I've got a bunch of formulas that work the magic here, and you can adjust these if you like. But there's also the metadata here, and this one I actually did fill out from a form here, and I was a little nervous about hiring Walter, but again, I can open these up here, and you can see that I've got our ratings for everyone, and I can include if I want any video calls, just like I would in any Notion form. So I hope you enjoy the Simple Service Provider Evaluation Tool.